Hi Gemini, it's Christina here from In the Know Tarot, here to do your November 1st through November 15th reading. Keep in mind that these are just general messages, so they may not resonate with each and every one of you each and every time. Only take what applies and discard the rest. I'll be using 4 different decks for your reading today. I am mostly using Crow Tarot. I've also pulled from Everyday Witch Tarot. I've got 2 cards from Find Your Happy by Shannon Kaiser, and for clarification, I'm just going to be using the Rider-Waite deck. Now, I've already shuffled that a little bit, but I'll shuffle a little more before we get started using those. So this is a past, present, future spread. I've pulled additional cards for the outcome down here to the right. I want to mention too, before we get started, that while I was shuffling your cards earlier for your spread here, a song came through. So it's Whitney Houston, Higher Love, Bring Me a Higher Love. I think I'm going to name your reading that, Higher Love. So we'll get into it and see if anything, really makes sense with that. But I'm also going to go ahead and post that song in the description box so you can check it out if you haven't heard it. I'm sure you've heard it, but it's like Bring Me a Higher Love. Okay, so because I'm hearing it now, think about it. There must be higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, okay, you get my point. But I'm going to post it so you can hear the whole song and you can hear her sing it because she sings it better than I do. Now, looking at the past here, oh, and before we get started, actually, I do want to mention I'm going to be doing a drawing. So once I get to 100 subscribers, every time actually that I get to 100 subscribers up to 500, I'm going to be doing a drawing. And I'm going to give the winners a free private reading, like a personal reading that I will record and I will email to the winner. So all you have to do to be entered in that is just subscribe to the channel, of course, and just comment on at least one of the videos. That way I'll go ahead and enter you into the drawing and you can be notified too as well. So looking at the past here, this is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so some of you were like, what I'm getting off of that card right away is that some of you were like, no. You were like, no in the past is something. So, like you were feeling like it wasn't like good enough, or this wasn't for you. You wanted something better, or you wanted something more, or you wanted something or someone else. It's like a no. That card's like a no. The card's like whatever someone, because someone was seriously like offering you something here in the past, I think, and you're like turning it down. This is either saying no to a commitment or breaking the commitment, okay? With the Hierophant reversed, I'm getting like a breaking of the commitment. So this is like, what I'm getting is that you ended a commitment here in the past, or either you're just saying no. So with that song, so Bring Me a Higher Love, some of you may, regardless if this is love or a situation, some of you may have wanted something new, and or something different, something better, something like a higher love. So it doesn't have to be that you wanted, like, let's use love for example. Let's say that for some of you it's going to be like this, and it's like bring me a higher love. You're just saying no to that behavior, that person. You want the same person. You just want them to come, more elevated. You want them to come more correct. You want them to, you want a higher kind of love. If it was not healthy, you want a healthier kind of love. You want the same person. You just want them to be, come different this time. So you're turning them away in the past here so that they come back more elevated, and it's more of what you're looking for instead of the same old that you were getting. Now, it could be that some of you, if we're talking about love. It could be that you're saying no, or you're breaking a commitment because you literally want something new. You want a higher love with someone else. Now, it's going to be different for everyone. And if we're talking situation, it could be like, let's say work, for example. It could be you're ending that commitment because you are realizing that you want something high, you want something more fulfilling. You want something that inspires you. You want something that you feel like is your purpose. And this, whatever that job wasn't doing it. It was really whatever the situation was, whether we're talking about love, work, whatever. The situation was bringing conflict, okay, into your life, like chaos, like it was creating turmoil, like burdens. It was causing a lot of stress, maybe, like an unhealthy relationship might do, or an unhealthy work situation, or something, stressful. I'm getting like stressful, like you might have had a job where you were really overworked, like multitasking, for example, like juggling a lot of things. Whatever it was creating a lot of like stress, creating a lot of like conflict. I'm getting inner conflict for some of you, inner conflict. And this might have been creating conflict, external, say if it was conflicts with coworkers, or conflicts with that partner, for example, if it was unhealthy and you were arguing a lot, you were fussing a lot, there was a lot of conflict, there was a lot of stress. This person was stressing you out. The situation was stressing you out, and you were just like, no. You were just like, with that Ace of Swords, I'm getting like a firm no too. You were serious. You were like, no more. And you broke the commitment. So that could be like with the Hierophant reversed. It's like you literally are taking the steps now. You're ending the relationship, or you're telling this person, here's your ultimatum. You can things have to change, or I'm leaving, or like with work, you're actually breaking the ties there with that work situation, and you're turning in your notice in the past here, or something like that, where you're serious. You're not, you have a certain vision in mind for what you want, and you can see it, and this isn't it, and you're aware that this isn't it in the past, so you're taking the steps needed to change that situation one way or the other. Okay, so I'm going to get some clarifiers just to see if we get any more information. Sometimes the same information just pops out because I've already got the message. But sometimes, I like to take clarifiers or pull clarifiers, because sometimes you get, a little bit more of the message that you might not have got initially by having another card. So, and I like to use a different deck too. So, okay. So I'm going to get a card for the Hierophant. You could be dealing with a Taurus, some of you in specific. You don't have to be. It is a general reading, so it could really be any sign. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign. I'm getting that more, though, as passion, that Page of Wands. Like you wanted something. When you envision something, you want passion, or you want a job where you can be really passionate about it and you can create. You want more, possibly more power, like more, like not like kind of like you want more decision making power, like that. Like if we're talking about a job, you want something different. You want kind of like maybe to be like you want to do something with work. If it's work for some of you, for example, you have something in mind in particular and you want to create, okay? you want to be more, wherever you were, there was something like, for example, wherever you were, you didn't have a lot of decision making, you didn't have any opportunity. You weren't in a position where you could really create or change things, or you want to be in a job maybe that you can change things and create and make decisions, and maybe more of a power position. So maybe more of like you want to be in management, for example, or you want to be a boss or something like that. Now, or you just want to be your own boss. You want to work for yourself. You want to make your own rules, kind of thing, is what I'm getting. You want to, and if it's a partner, you're looking for someone who is going to be expressive. Okay, they're going to be, you want them to communicate with you. You want better communication, because I think for some of you, communication was off here, and that might have been why there was a conflict. To start with, you want this person, like I said, to come. It's kind of like have a check off list for like the perfect job or the perfect person, and you want this person to, or this job, you're envisioning it. You want a certain thing, and you're saying no if it's not that. And it's like you're changing it here, okay? It's not that you're being picky. It's just that you know what you want. You know what you want. You know what's not cutting it. You know what you don't want. You don't want conflict and chaos in your life every day. You don't want, you want harmony, and you want peace, and you want love, but you don't want... It's good, because in the past year, you're saying no to the things that you don't want. I don't think that it's like too high of expectations or anything like that. I just think that you know what you want. So let's get a card, a clarifier for the Hierophant reversed. Okay, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. And I mean, I'm getting here that this action that you took, these steps that you took with the Hierophant, because remember, this Hierophant is like the actual steps you were taking to break that commitment, to break that bond, to disengage, to turn in your notice, for example. These steps are making change. They are creating change. Even if you can't see it, like every step that you're taking is creating change. So even if you can't see it at the moment, and it might have been a situation like you needed to get out of that job. You didn't even have another one lined up, so you gave your notice. Well, you're creating change here. So that's just going to be like a domino effect of change. Like, so there's going to be something new. There's going to be a new opportunity. There's going to be something in place of it. There's going to be change. And this other person, like when you tell them no, for example, when you tell them, when you're serious about it, when you're telling them no, that you're not accepting this behavior and you want them to change, it's like you might not be seeing it at the time, but they might be, I'm getting they're possibly going to do some changing. Okay, they're going to do some changing because they're going to take you seriously, for one thing. And if it's the company, for example, let's say the company that you left, okay? If it was a company, for example, there was a lot of issues there. And when you left, you told them about the issues. So therefore, you might not be literally seeing it because you've already exited, you already left. But that initiates change, and they're taking you seriously because, they don't like that they lost you, maybe. They want to make the company better, so they're taking in your input here. You might have told them things that they weren't aware of until you brought that up, and then there's change, there's steps being taken. There's, even if you're not aware of it, what you did is causing others to change as well. It's not just you making a change is causing other things to change and other people to change. Okay, so I'm going to get one for the Page of Wands. Just one card for the Page of Wands. And we've got the Hermit, and that's reversed. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo in specific. It's like you realize that you have a lot of opportunity. So the reason why you might have done this, okay, not necessarily, the reason why you did this was because you were unsatisfied or unhappy or not content with the situation enough to make change. But there was something else motivating you. There was something else pushing you forward. It was the fact that you literally felt like you could do it. You literally had the you know, you had the confidence in yourself. You knew that there would be other opportunities. You believed in yourself. That kind of thing. You knew that you could do it. Or the fact that you did this, you knew that the other person, let's say you wanted them to change, and you felt confident that they would change for you, kind of thing, if it was that kind of situation. Now here in the present moment, we have the Queen of Pentacles, followed by Temperance, and then we have the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Seven of Swords. Okay, somebody feels like you kind of, with that Seven of Pentacles I'm picking up, somebody feels like you kind of walked away with their heart or something. Like you took something that didn't belong when you left. So you left clearly already in the past, and they feel like you took something, like, let's say you had been with a company for years and years and years, and you're leaving them to go to another company. Well, they look at it like they feel like you kind of did them wrong, in a sense. Like they trained you, they gave you so much knowledge, they gave you so much skill. They're the ones who gave you everything you had, kind of thing. You have this. It's kind of like they feel wronged. Also, another thing, like I don't know, it's kind of like something minor, like if you were to take something like the stapler, for example, or something like that, like you're, you know, boxing up your stuff you're packing up your desk at the office or something, and you're like taking something that may not, that maybe shouldn't come with you, or someone feels like you're taking something that maybe shouldn't go with you. Maybe you're taking like clients here, and that's kind of like, they feel like, or maybe because you left, other coworkers, you know, are leaving as well. And it's like you're just not leaving, you're taking something else from them. They feel like you're taking something else from them. So I'm definitely getting, though, that this leaving is balancing the situation out, because we have Temperance. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or with the Queen of Pentacles, an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But regardless, with the Two of Pentacles and with Temperance here, it's you leaving it's like in the past there was conflict, okay? In the past there was all that conflict. And now there's like stability, and there's peace, and it's just making for a more calm environment, okay? It's way more calm. It's less stressful. I feel like it was the right thing to do, but someone's looking at it, I don't know, it could be like they think that you're like, you stole their heart, and you're being selfish and you're being stingy and you're not trying to share with them or something like that. They think it's a selfish move. Even though it looks like a healthy move, it looks like you made the best decision for you. They literally think that's selfish. They think it's stingy. They think that you've done something, like you've taken something from them. That's what they feel like. You've taken something. And it could be that you've just taken yourself out of the equation, but you've taken something from them. Someone's not happy about it. So I'm going to get a clarifier for the Queen of Pentacles here. Just one for the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Sun card, and that's reversed. Could be a Leo. Could be your boss that's not happy about it. Also, some of you could have taken their child. So if you left a relationship, for example, you could have taken their child. They may not be happy about that. That, you know, you didn't leave empty-handed. Plus, if you left the relationship, maybe you moved out, you took their kids, you took things from the house. They're not happy about that. They don't like that you took things. They feel like those were their things that you took. That's what I'm getting, like with that work situation, when someone took the stapler or whatever. It's like, that wasn't your stapler. That's how they feel. They feel like you took something that you shouldn't have taken. So maybe you took some possessions from the house that they feel like were theirs. I'm going to get one card for the Seven of Swords. One card for the Seven of Swords. Okay, we've got the Five of Swords, and that's reversed. It's like after the fact, okay? This is like after the fact. They feel like you, like, for example, they feel like when you were leaving, you took something, and this is them figuring out that this item is missing after the fact. So for some of you, it's an actual item, like that stapler, or you know, something in the home, a possession in the home, like I said. But for some of you, it could be like they're realizing that now the coworker, you know, your old coworker has decided to turn their notice in and follow you. See how the cat is following? It's like the cat is following. This person he's walking away, and they're taking a whole bunch of stuff they're carrying in their hands. They also have someone following them. So they're not leaving, you know, it's not like they're leaving empty-handed, and they're not necessarily leaving alone. So someone's just not happy. Someone's not happy about it. The way they see it, you may see it as a healthy move. You may see it as, you know, you left because you want, or you left because that was your only option. Like it was to the point where you needed to leave because this was an unhealthy situation for you and them and everyone involved. And you honestly maybe want to leave permanently. Some of you may want to leave just to initiate change so that hopefully the situation gets better so that you can go back. But right now it was just like you needed your distance. You needed to get away from that situation. You pulled yourself, maybe your child or whoever, out of that situation. And you saw it as a very healthy move. They see it as completely different than that, though. They think that you, they see it as a very, like I said, a selfish, stingy move on your part. They feel like you're keeping yourself from them. They feel like you're withholding your love or attention, kind of as in on purpose to like control them maybe, or something like that. They don't like ultimatums. They don't like that you've taken their kids or their child, or their possessions with you. They don't see it the same as you do, okay? They don't see it the same as you do. It's a completely different perspective. Like, one person sees it one way, the other person sees it another way, and it's like these views are like worlds apart here. Okay, so let's look into the future. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. And someone feels like you walked out on them, abandoned them, left them out in the cold. Could be that work situation, that love situation, whatever. They don't feel like you want to manifest this with them anymore. They feel like you want to free yourself from this situation. They feel like you see them as a burden, because we've got the Magician reversed. Let me just show you all the cards down here. We've got the 8 of Swords reversed. And we've got the 9 of Swords reversed. And it could be that you feel like relief when you, I mean, it's like you had to leave to feel free. It's like, there's a song, but it just came really quick and it's gone. I'll try to remember it and I'll try to put it in the description box. But it's like, you did this. There was nothing selfish about this, okay? Whatever you did has initiated change, and it's going to change things for other people as well. So the fact that they see it as a very selfish move, they don't see all the good that it's going to do. They don't see that it affects they only see, they're the ones being selfish, okay? They think that you're being selfish because they might be projecting that. They're the ones that seem to be selfish because you did this. This is kind of like a selfless thing that you did. You made a sacrifice here, not only for yourself, but for other people, for the whole situation, you know, for them too. You did this for everyone involved. They don't see it like that. They think that you only did this for yourself, and really they're the ones who aren't really looking outside of the box. They're not looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at the bigger picture, and they're worried about, they can't see the bigger picture. They don't understand. They might be hurting right now. They might feel like some abandonment issues. They might have had abandonment issues from the past, and this is kind of bringing those issues up here in the future. They can't see past their hurt, okay? They can't see past their anger. They can't see past themselves right now. The Magician reversed. I'm going to get one card for that. And we've got the Hanged Man reversed. I'm going to get one card for the 8 of Swords reversed. Those perspectives, I mean, they're just, these two people have totally different ways of looking at things, like totally different ways of handling the situation, totally different ways of, one is kind of like in victim mode where poor pitiful me, and the other one is like motivated to make change so that, you know, take action kind of person. They're different kind of people. We've got the 9 of Swords here. They're like exact opposite. Okay, so for the Magician, like I said, the Magician reversed, we've got the Hanged Man, and that is reversed as well. For the 8 of Swords, we have the King of Pentacles, and that's upright. And then for the 9 of Swords, we have the 8 of Wands, and that is reversed. And the 9 of Swords is reversed as well. Okay. So it looks like in the future this person is going to, it's kind of like once they see past their pain and their hurt and their own selves, it's like I do see them kind of like looking at it from your point of view. I think that possibly like past communication, you told this person, okay? You told them over the phone, you told them in text message, you explained yourself. You communicated, okay? Or vice versa or whatever. It's kind of like past messages is what I'm getting with this card. So not like current communication. It's not like you're communicating with them right now. I think there's like separation. I think there's a lack of communication. But what I'm getting is that someone is looking, okay, over like the situation. And since they have a totally different perspective than you, even when you're telling them in the past here, you're telling them, you're texting them, you're having long conversations, you know, with them over the stuff. You're telling them what the problem is. It's like they're still not getting it, okay? It's still not registering because they have a totally different way of looking at it than you. So it's very hard for them to see your perspective. Even if you're straight up telling them, even if you are being very direct and straightforward, they're still missing it, okay? So I feel like in the future, once it kind of like calms down, like they can start to see past themselves, like they, you know, they like the hurt, like they can see past that. They just, the situation calms a little and they get to a better place where they can think about it. And here they are thinking about it and they're looking over the situation, okay? They're looking over the situation. They're trying to see it from your point of view. Because you might have told them exactly why you were leaving. You might have told them exactly why you were breaking this commitment here. You might have given them past messages. And here they are at the time. They didn't want to see it. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to think about it. They didn't understand it. But here they are in the future. Now they're ready to like look at those messages again. Here they are kind of analyzing those old messages. And they're trying to see, well, they're going to see it differently, okay? They're going to see something about the messages differently than they did before because there's been a little bit of time, and this person is more like in a more rational state at this point, where they were in a more of an emotional state before because of the hurt. You know, they felt like you were doing something wrong to them. I think they're going to at least be able to see something in the messages or think about the situation, even if it wasn't messages. For some of you, it's past messages that they've saved and they're going to look at them. Could be a letter that, you know, you had sent a while ago that they reread that letter or something, you know, because they're confused. So they're trying to understand. They're trying to understand. And for some of you, it could be that they are having dreams about you and about the situation because they feel like it's left unresolved and they're really trying to understand the situation. So with those, let's just use the past messages. They're going back and they're reading those messages again, or they're going back and they're reading that letter again, or they're going back and they're thinking about the situation again, and they're trying to really think about it from your point of view. They're trying to make sense of it. They're trying to understand why you would do that. And they see something that they didn't see before. They see where you're coming from. Okay? They see where you're coming from. So they realize that you were trying to free them. When you freed yourself, you were trying to free them too. You were trying to help them. They didn't quite see that before, but I think they see that now. And it's like they just thought you were trying with the 10 of Wands here to like cut them out. Okay? Those 10 of Wands reversed. They thought you were trying to like lighten your load. Like just cut them out. Like like they felt like they were kind of like dead weight, and you didn't want to be there for them. You wanted to just cut them out, and just drop them. I think they see that you are trying to, what you were trying to do was also to lighten their load too. It's kind of like with loads. Okay, so let's say for example, someone was married. I'm going to give you an example. Someone was married and they were a stay-at-home mom. Let's just say that. And then the father, or the husband, went to work every day. And it's kind of like, let's say that the one who stayed home did everything, like all the housework, all the laundry, pretty much cooked, cleaned, did all of that for the other person. They did everything for the other person for years and years and years. That other person went to work. And so they felt like they did everything in the financial aspect. They paid the bills, they went to work, they took care of, providing, everything. They felt like they did everything in that aspect for the other person, okay? So it's kind of like when you left, it's like, I don't know, somebody feels like they were doing everything. Both of these people might feel like they were doing everything. And so it's kind of lightened the load for not only, and that's just an example. But what I'm getting is it's lightened the load. When you left, you lightened the load for yourself because you don't have to do all that for them anymore. And for example, and when you left them, you lightened the load for them too, because now they have less responsibility for you. It's like this is something that you did for your, now that's just an example. That could not be the specific one for all of you. You're going to have to see how that fits, but it's like you did this for you and them. And I think they're realizing that. Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I feel like you felt like you had no other choice. I felt like you felt like there was no other choice, that you had to. They were giving you no other choice. The situation wasn't changing. You were like every day doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting to get different results, and nothing was happening. So whether that was work or love or whatever, it was every day and nothing was changing. And they left you literally no other choice. You had no other choice at this point. And what you can't see is that yet, maybe you're in the future here, you're going to realize it. But like I said, because of those steps you took, there's going to be change because of it. Okay, there's going to be change. So you have put it in like motion, okay? You put something in motion in the past that is going to be happening here in the future, and it's like that person changes, or a new higher love, like you're getting brought a higher love. So you're getting brought something, okay? Something is coming. It's not, it's like a new job or a higher love. It's a healthier relationship with that past person. It's a brand new relationship for some of you. It's something that's going to happen as a result of something that you did in the past when you initiated this change, okay? So something is going to come from it. Something is going to come from that. And I feel like once this person has time to see, they're going to realize that you did this for them too. And so it's it's going to either inspire or motivate them to change. Like I said, this could be like changing things completely. You left a company and now the company is making huge changes just because of you. Because what you told them. Something like that. Okay. So I'm going to read. So you've got 2 cards. Card number 21, new choices bring new results, and I do not cheat on my future with my past. And let me just read a short passage for both of those. So we'll start with card number 21, and that is new choices bring new results. Your dreams or goals may feel stuck or in a static mode right now, but that may be because you are trying to accomplish them using the same methods that failed you in the past. If you have been working hard to try to achieve specific goals or solve troubling situations, you may be ready to give up. Today is a reminder to keep going, but consider a new approach to solving old problems. When you step out of your comfort zone and try new things, you will see refreshing results. Okay, and I'll read card number 18 next. I do not cheat on my future with my past. Your past decisions have made you the person you are today, but hanging on to the negative emotions or guilt from your choices is damaging to your future. Great power comes from making peace with your past and learning to leave the feelings of those decisions in the past. You will truly grow. This card is here to remind you that you have been hanging out emotionally in your past. Perhaps your thoughts have been consumed with how a situation played out and you feel as though you made a mistake. Maybe you can't forgive someone from your past and you spend your energy trying to get resolution from the situation. The longer you stay in the past, the harder it is to move into your future. Forgive your past and you will welcome new opportunities into your life. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope these messages reach someone they were meant for. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check the description box. And I will see you next time.